of mobility and shielding to stay Namor combo.
Have so much potential at every single part of rotation.
Yeah, every single one of his approaches is going to be taxed. Unbreakable guard's already been used. Rose just getting gunned down right now. Rotterstern is doing its job and a touch more on top of that. Smash Nez loses out on a Monstro spawn, and all of that space gained by FaZe has to be given away once again. Oasis still not back into the Rage of Ultron. They want to try and take down the Winter Soldier, but unlimited blocking potential from the Curtain wall.
I mean, the Aegis as well coming through from Rosa to block in front of Binary too meant that the Wall Breaker found its effect in full. Welshmania gets slowed down and finally scouted on out, which means that Oasis is going to be safe to use the Soul Resurgence.
Difficult to try and deal with. Just so much space being made here by the Vanguards. Peps, they were in such a good position to tax the approaches when they had control of the point, but now that they have to try and get past the bouncer of Binary, things get complicated.
Yeah, that is going to be scouted, and immediately Matt, the Star-Lord, gets exiled. Welshmania opens things up with the Freedom Charge. However, Soul Resurgence and Rage of Ultron combine together. One of them gets absorbed. The Meteor M gets broken almost immediately.
Mounting on up. Invisible Boundary drawn forth in favor of Team Peps as Welshmania was slept elsewhere for a moment. Binary, even outside of the LOS, can't survive as Baby Banner taken down by iMonkey, and now with no one able to grab them from the sky, KQZ feels open to roll forth. It's overtime in favor of FaZe, but Team Peps fill the board.
Yeah, Galactic Legend comes out. Winnie holds on to...
From Rosa, meeting the rotations around the outside. Two players gripped by the culling aura, but Welshmania is instantly banished by Giganto themselves, and now emerging from the ether with the rage of 1,000 computers that have just sent a job to a printer. Welshmania has used their shift already as well. Feels like stress is starting to mount up here on Team Peps. Portaling back's going to be difficult. Momentarily stuck. We'll be able to open it on up, and yes, the Magneto made it through just in time, but it seems like they may have jumped into the hole or something because the contest isn't there, and FaZe claim a first point.
For the damage boost, which means that someone might just get blown up.
Binary instantly frozen, and Team Peps are not going to opt to stick around for this one. They're just going to disengage. However, big speed coming forth and pulled on in as well. Invisible Boundary has to be used by Team Peps just to try and get themselves through this assault, but iMonkey's already fallen. Oasis traded out on the other side, means that Team Peps might smell enough blood in the water to move on through, but FaZe have died and just disengaged in their own right and grabbed a free first cap.
They knew that Peps did not want to give up that point. Right before a Force Physics pull can potentially come up through aggressively. Aya Agamotto catches barely anything, but it still forces Peps to stall.
Yeah, easy Curtain for Welshmania, but Exo grabbed in the back, didn't pop their own ultimate to save themselves. Thought that maybe there would be more than enough there. Oh, KQZ during the ultimate can't hit the squids. Unfortunately, you can't lock onto those, so you're forced instead to just lock onto the invincible Namor and take the damage that the squids proffer onto you.
That was huge as well from FaZe. That was a pick on right now and win out the fight. Team wipe KQZ and force the res off of points so they can finally find the flip.
They're going to be scouting for KQZ at least. We'll maybe be able to find them inside of the invisible boundary. Things are about to get a little bit intense. Down comes Giganto. One stun onto Sloppo, but the healing's more than enough. Exo with a slight overlay, but now it's freedom for... Oh, Binary's got two. Wait, while the fate of both worlds follow, Rage is able to do so much damage, it's difficult here for Sloppo to try and find anything to do. They're faced with so much fire. The Karmic Revival's good, but the Atom can't even touch. And that's a 3-ban speed run from FaZe. It didn't need all four to make... Hardish just couldn't get through the Ironwood wall in time because everyone was staring forward. Not sure if there's going to be room for a re-engage here off the back of a portal. No one's swapped already, so they've just called this one as Ratatoska is freed.
Yeah, Rosa's Groot walls have been doing so much in stopping LOS for...
Watches their Vanguards turn to ash under the Gale Force winds proffered by the Omega level Queen.
Yeah, KQZ is holding on to Ensong Inferno for Welshmania, who didn't have the Meteor Amp. Could potentially have one-shotted through that storm, but they're going to try and save it.
Rosa just rolls on forward over them. Fear the Rosa Dozer. We call this one a difficulty tweak.
Rosa's going to have Strangling Prison too to combine potentially with Leo on the Kraken impact, and they don't even really have to worry about hardest with this invisible boundary because with a well-timed damage boost from the storm they have.
And FaZe get through in.
They're all all getting the Guardian heal tick, which is why Invisible Boundary builds so quickly. They were in fact almost 50% ahead of Hardest's own ultimate charge. And Song Inferno is up to play. The Peps just don't have the space to be able to take it. They're not going to go main right. They're going to wrap all the way around to this high ground rotation, which Rosa has.
The full rotation coming through. A quick speed boost to the point, courtesy of the Force Physics. Rose is not really feeling the crush off the back of this one. And that's going to be a final stand. Great counterplay coming through instantly from Welshmania, grabbing Leonidas by the throat and throwing him down. KQZ built up the sparks and reaped the dividends. The homework was done. The rewards were grabbed.
And that's now going to confirm that they can hold on to Kraken Impact 2 to try and match up.
Exo burns to a crisp amongst the winds, but Binary finds himself alone. Man, isn't it great that Phoenix is close range combatant and not a hit scan?
Slopper's still going to have this Kraken Impact to pair off of Hardest Invisible Boundary. I mean, they might actually just go for the wombo combo of the Strangling Prison, but again, what a huge hook. Big hook onto that Phoenix to put the pressure, but Team Pep still don't fold and don't commit a strategist ultimate for the price.
Place there from iMonkey. Someone get in the replay viewer and tell me which.
Team Peps now with 10 seconds left and no portal, have to go to the Venom and the Psylocke to be able to touch, but Exo gets taken down so close to the fate of the both worlds. iMonkey comes on through on the Angela, but the Venom gets Terror Caped immediately, and Phaser and Falcon instantly disintegrate.
Where do they go? Like, the burn, like, it does seem like so much of it is about finding breakpoints for, like, burn throughs on the Invisible Women inside of their ultimates. And again and again, it's just been crazy.
It went from 165 heals per second to 180 heals per second, and still, and the Storm in play at the same time.
Stage. To kick things off,